Guys, can we acknowledge how good Minkyong looks during her dance performances? Her confidence was high, and the entire stage presence made the performances feel stunning and immersive. It's just so pretty to watch. Have you ever noticed something strange about Minkyong and Woojin's keyword date? Seriously, the more I think about it, the weirder it gets. They had one of the strongest dates in the house, really strong chemistry, fun energy and natural comfort. But immediately after that day, they both suddenly switched up. Instead of building on what they had, they each turned around and started aggressively chasing their exes. And what makes it even stranger is that they both did it with the same intensity but in completely different styles. It was almost like they had a silent agreement on their keyword date, that they were both hung up on their exes, and would give their exes their all, but if that doesn't work out, they'll come back to each other. Now, this didn't happen on the show, but they just both gave me this eerie feeling that that conversation happened between them but may have been edited out. If that's the case, then the chances of Minkyong and Woojin being in an endgame just shot up to around 60%. Because the moment two people stop chasing the past at the same time, they naturally start moving toward each other. And in their case, neither of their exes is giving them enough emotional security to hold them back. That's why I'd put their endgame chances at about 60% now. They're aligned, vulnerable, and both ready for Plan B that looks suspiciously like Plan A. And honestly, if they do end up choosing each other at the finale and are still dating after filming, they might become the most supported couple since season 2. Because yup, their chemistry is really off the charts. And more than before, lots of people are cheering them on. And did you all see Yushik biting his knuckle when he saw Minkyong connecting with Woojin after returning from his date with Hyanji in Japan? He saw his ex moving on for the first time since they entered the house and he was instantly jealous, laughing my ass off. That man experienced jealousy in HD 4K and it was sweet to watch, lol. The most painful thing about Minkyong and Yushik's relationship is that Minkyong gets too aggressive and she acts superior over her ex, and because she is so irritated and frustrated most of the time, it makes her look less admirable and even less desirable, which is why most of the men did not find her attractive except Woojin. But even Woojin had to put a pause on things and was trying hard to get his ex Jiyeon back until now. But here's where everything shifts: Japan. Once they got on that flight, it was clear both Woojin and Minkyong had reached their limit. They had each tried every possible way to win their exes back in Korea. They squeezed out all the effort, all the tears, all the begging. So now, in Japan, they're free to date properly. Free to breathe. Free to see if their connection can actually grow. And here's the thing, Minkyong was so stressed she literally burst a blood vessel in her eye. She tried to talk to Yushik about her feelings but he said he was almost totally over her. She even told him she made him, laughing my ass off. That's the last thing you say if you genuinely want your ex back. But I get it, she was stressed, insecure, pressured. I've even had this thought that it's possible Yushik had told her he would try his best to get her back before they came on the show, but as the filming started, she got more and more stressed, that he wasn't trying to win her back. Plus, no one found her particularly attractive while more than one woman was vying for her ex's love. So yeah, if their breakup was fake, like initial rumors suggested, then of course she'd panic, because the original plan suddenly wasn't working in her favor. And if their breakup was real, then her being able to let go now actually makes perfect sense. Once she realized she wasn't the center of his attention anymore, she had no reason to cling to the past. But here's where my prediction sharpens: the person who stands to lose the most is Yushik. Why? Because of Hyanji. Sometimes, women on this show quietly protect each other when someone is clearly struggling. When Minkyong burst that blood vessel, Hyanji cared. They were roommates. And during the ex reveal in Japan, she even said she suspected Minkyong's ex was Yushik. She has seen Minkyong stressed, frustrated, hurting. If Baekhyun starts pursuing Hyanji, or if Minkyong still insists on pursuing Yushik, I genuinely don't think Hyanji will chase Yushik anymore. I just feel she will feel discouraged because another woman is hurting, especially a roommate she's watched breaking down every night. But if Minkyong and Yushik continue drifting apart in Japan, then yes, Hyanji and Yushik might deepen their connection. I think Hyanji and Yushik's chances of choosing each other in the finale is getting slimmer, and of course will be based on these scenarios, but don't worry, I'll save the rest of my Hyanji thoughts for another video. Now, while Minkyong was low-key imploding trying to win Yushik back, telling him she made him and that he was her standard, Woojin was out here trying to win Jiyeon back like he was on her payroll. He let her boss him around, cooking not one but 2 meals, reheating food, running up and down the stairs like her personal assistant. Then he confessed with his whole chest that he wanted her back and would never let her feel lonely again. In short, he promised to totally change for her. And honestly, the sentiment is sweet, but the imbalance isn't. If they did get back together, he'd be starting the relationship from a disadvantage. No one can maintain that level of service forever. It's not love at that point, it's survival. What if he can't fulfill all her requests and expectations? Anyway, Jiyeon cried because she felt sorry that he is trying so hard while she no longer has feelings for him. That whole cry episode made me feel sorry for their situation. I just feel like the only reason why she gave Woojin a listening ear that night, and was willing to hear him out was because of the t-shirt incident that happened between her and with Wonkyu. Where Wonkyu wanted her to return his t-shirt back because his ex might not like it. After that happened, it seems for the first time, she realized Wonkyu might want his ex back, so she had no choice but to soften up a little towards Woojin, her own ex. But now, the moment Woojin got paired with Minkyong for the Japan trip, things shifted dramatically. For the first time, both of them let themselves relax. Both of them have finally reached a space where they realize they both need to give each other a chance to explore one another, especially because Minkyong apologized for not choosing him earlier, and even said she wanted another date with him, and you could literally see Woojin melting. The sweetness between them after that was unreal. Their sweetness was so obvious that even Jaehyung backed off and gave them the chance to be alone. He even told Minkyong she should smile more because she looks better when she does. Can you all see how attractive she became because she stopped stressing over her ex? So now the big question is, can Woojin and Minkyong actually be a final couple after all the emotional chaos in Seoul? My analytical POV is that it's plausible. I'd rate their chances at roughly 50 to 65%. They've got chemistry that cannot be ignored. If we are feeling it, you best believe they are feeling it too, more than us. But this isn't automatic, both exes still have real influence. If Jiyeon gets jealous watching Woojin bonding with Minkyong, she'll pull him back, and she'll win. If Yushik suddenly realizes he's losing Minkyong, he'll sprint back to her, and she might fold. And now there's that trailer clip to consider. There's a moment where a guy pulls a girl playfully, but the quality is so blurry it's basically CCTV footage lol. To me, the guy looks like Wonkyu and the girl looks like Jihyun. But you could also argue it's Wonkyu and Jiyeon. The only reason I'm leaning toward the man being Wonkyu is because he was wearing a similar sweater while arguing with Jihyun in another clip. And if that really is Wonkyu and Jihyun, then yeah, Jiyeon might shift back toward Woojin out of insecurity, which instantly reduces Woojin and Minkyong's chances. But if the clip is actually Wonkyu and Jiyeon, that means his ex is no longer his priority, and Jiyeon won't be thinking about Woojin at all, and this could suddenly make Woojin plus Minkyong have a much clearer runway. Let's just say that Woojin and Minkyong are made for each other, but their history with their exes is the wall they need to break through. Basically, all roads still lead back to how strong the ex connections are compared to the new ones. Everything hinges on who keeps holding on and who finally lets go. And honestly, I hope Yushik pulls himself together before he ends up leaving the show single. Because right now, that's exactly where it's heading. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you'll get notified as soon as I upload the next one. See you soon, bye.